The struggle is real, part 3. You gotta put in the work to connect and align yourself with Yahuah Ha'Aluah. Let's break it down to some basics. You have a Ruakh, a soul, and a body. Your Ruakh is in the great Ruakh. It is frequency, it is light, it is power, it is energy, it is flow. It's like the wind, and it's like some water. Your Ruakh is magnificent. It's too big to dwell in this realm, okay? Your Ruakh is where the Ruakh Ha'Qadash dwells in you at. Yahuah speaks, and the Ruakh Ha'Qadash flows in your Ruakh to down the line of your gold and silver cords to your soul. And your soul is your mind, will, and your emotions, your experiences, your perceptions, it's your thoughts, it's who it is you are forever. When Yahuah wrote your book, your soul was created. It learned, it spoke, it did whatever it does, and it was functioning all without limits in the presence of Yahuah Ha'Aluah. And your soul is also very big. It has no limits. There's a portion of your soul that sticks closely to your Ruakh, and there's a portion of your soul that goes down the gold and silver cords to your body, this temporary piece here that has its limits. And it depends on how you have strengthened your soul to how much is closer to the Ruakh, which is the perfect you, or to your body, which is the limited you. It's up to you, and that's where the struggle is. Because the soul is like a filter. Yahuah says, you are magnificent and beautiful and wonderful and so powerful. And look at all this stuff that we're going to do together. Woo, woo, woo. And all this other stuff. And then that message comes down to your soul. And your soul thinking negative thoughts. So some of that stuff Yahuah was saying, I'm magnificent and wonderful and stuff like that. It's just bouncing off. It's not coming through that filter. That's you're not gonna, your body, your mind, your words aren't gonna align with that because it's not hitting it. It's not being able to go through because you don't believe that. You must. That's why the first thing you do is get with Yahuah. Because he's telling you, you are a part of me. You can't separate yourself from me and expect to be yourself. You are literally in him. You can't, oh, well, it's an external thing. No, it's not. That's who you are. A part of Yahuah. If you're trying to separate that from being who you are, you're missing some stuff. So you got to put in the work. To open up your filter, you have to start to get in his word. Encourage yourself according to what he says about himself and about you. You made in his image. You're wonderfully made. Before he formed you in your mama's womb, he knew you. He was there with you from the beginning, and he's going to be there with you for the rest of your existence. So these are the things that is important. And that's the struggle that you got to fight. This flesh. And then there's some external things that try to whisper in your ear and through your eye gates and your ear gates and your mouth gates and other places. And it's up to you to say, no, I will not agree with that. But that's what has been going on. We have been tied to religions and lies and deceits that hinder us from getting the full picture of what Yahuah is saying. When I say I go to heaven, people are like, oh, whatever. And some people, oh, your imaginary friend, that Yahuah been your friend all your life. What are you talking about? This is my experience. That's how I can be here ministering to you and talking to you, even in struggle, even in those things. And if you go over through some of my posts, you'll see, hey, I've been through some things. But all the time, I know where my source is. I can go to Yahuah, and he will help me to be strengthened because he is the source. He is the refuge that I take. Psalm 91, Psalm 100. I go before, when people say, palau for me or pray for me, I literally go into the courtroom of Yahuah on their behalf. And so when people are like, I just need prayer, and then Yahuah's like, I hear what you're saying, Tanisha, but they're not willing to put in the work. So I'm accepting your palau for them, but they not willing to put in the work. And so, of course, sometimes he'll say, go ahead and reach out to him. Because sometimes he say no, but most of the time he say, go ahead, reach out to him. And I tell him, hey, look, I've been palauing for you. You got to put in some work. And some of them get offended and say, how you know that? What you doing? You trying to put all this stuff on me? And then others, they're like, you know what? That's right. I do. And then you can work with that. So what you have to do is choose to get with Yahuah. And then you got to get with the Ruakh Ha'Qadash and Yahusha Ha'Mashyakh, because they will help you develop the strategies and the methods for you to do. Consistently getting in his word, consistently speaking it over yourself, consistently thinking it, meditating on it, consistently feeding yourself with it, so that it comes, so eventually it just comes out your pores. Some people, oh, you got a nervous laugh. No, I laugh because sometimes I got to laugh at myself. I just realized something today. I was like, I don't know why I didn't even think about that. I just had to laugh at myself. Because this is the truth. Yahuah loves you so much. And he wants everybody to be like this. That's how much he loves you. Are you willing to give him what he wants? Because you're going to find out this is what you want too. You want to be complete. You want to be whole. You want to be real. You want to be powerful and magnificent. Right here. So till next time, know that Yahuah loves you. Accept Yahuah's love. Love yourself. I love you. Other people love you. Accept our love. Earn your own throne. You are responsible for your life. And of course, get with Yahuah. Get with the Ruakh Ha'Qadash. Get with Yahusha Ha'Mashyakh. You can stand up. You can do this. And it's all on your word and your decisions. Till next time. Shalom.